I think they closed it. You see the cones there?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Kalau nggak bisa turun nggak apa-apa kan? It's
So
okay.
if you wanna, it's okay.
Okay. It's okay if we can.
I go super slow.
Yes.
That's the main entrance, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh iya, si ituin. Bagus banget. Difotoin. Oh. Rame. Hah? Rame banget. Udah? Which one?
It's the
Oh, yes,
standing,
yes,
the standing figure
yeah.
there.
Yes.
He's called Man with Hammer, and the artist who did that was called Jonathan Borowski. And it's kind of, it says, it symbolizes like, okay, we all are the man with the hammer. We all kind of working and doing our thing to get forward in life. So now we're coming closer to the historic part of town. You know, the old Seattle. So you see the totem pole?
Oh yes. That?
Yeah, that is. You remember that the Indians were the first people here. They
Yes.
lived here 4,000 years, minimum 4,000 years before the white man came.
Yes.
Very much the same they use in coastal Alaska.
What is it? The totem or the
Yeah.
building?
No, the totem
Totem.
pole.
Oh yeah.
The way they carve it.
Yes. Perhaps they are from the same tribe or Same group?
They all related. Yeah.
yes.
About 100 years old. And they are built on the old city which burned down.
Oh I see. Oh, and rebuilt with brick.
All built
Yeah.
with bricks, yeah. Because they weren't allowed to use wood anymore after the fire.
Kenapa?
Nah ini daerah homeless.
Yang waktu itu ada dibacok semua
Iya di mana?
China sebelum kan di Seattle yang dibacok itu.
Do you have Chinatown in Seattle too?
We do have. I do one loop and then we go to
Okay.
Chinatown. This museum, as I highly recommend it, it's called the Klondike Gold Rush Museum.
Yes. Oh I see.
It's for free. And it is a fantastic introduction and the history of the
Of
gold rush.
gold. Yes.
Really nice. And this is a new thing. They just opened like a week ago.
This one?
That is that's a headquarter of the Seattle Fire Department.
Oh yeah.
And they have a little exhibition there, a little museum, you know. that is Seattle Fire. That is a firefighter memorial, you know,
Oh,
for
yeah.
all the firefighters in the world.
Oh ini alun-alun, banyak yang itu atraksi. Bagus ya.
Emang suka
Ada yang-
muncul di berita.
Are there any homeless people too here?
Everywhere. Everywhere. That woman behind.
I see. They make a movie there or some
they're
interview.
filming.
Oh, yes. Sayang banyak itu.
Mission of Good Heart or something. That's a Christian
Mission?
mission to feed the homeless.
Oh yeah.
And sometimes you have a line of, you know, the homeless came. He and many others had to close their business.
Mm. Because there are no customers.
Tourists
Oh,
avoid this
yeah.
area.
Oh yes, yes.
They avoid this area, and I cannot say, you know. But my wife doesn't like to come here.
Oh, this is the.
So yeah, that's a
the container.
waterfront. So before we go to Chinatown, we go do a loop here. That's a waterfront.
And what is the green a dome building there?
That,
Only an office or something?
that is definitely an office building, but what's in that dome, I can't tell you. I can tell you that that big black building there
Yes.
is the Columbia building, and that's the tallest building in town.
And what is inside?
Offices.
What?
Offices. It used to be the headquarters for Bank of America.
Now they move?
A highway high up across here, and it was in front of the houses the same height as this high walkway. And it's made, you can all, you know, pull your stroller, you don't have to go stairs. So that's the different piers here. You know, the first one is 50, 54. And you see that Eva's Fish Bar, you know, line of people.
Oh, itu ngantri. Yes.
Ini?
Ya,
That's
tempat makan ikan. Seafood.
always a good place to eat seafood.
So you been there?
It is there. And there is an Eva actually in Edmonds. No, not in Edmonds, in Everett.
Is it the same?
It's the same owner, yeah.
Hey, it's really busy here
Yeah.
too. It's very good. What is the place name?
That's the waterfront. That's the waterfront. So here you can take cruises, you know, whale
see.
watching or
Oh, I
cruise
see, I
around
see.
the harbor or anything. Pier 56 is like 54, you know, you have lots of restaurant stores in there.
So
And these buildings were warehouses.
yeah, yes. It's very pretty. Oh yeah, we can hear the.
Yeah, so that is a waterfront. And the next building there, that would be the aquarium.
The aquarium, oh I see. So it's based on a warehouse before, huh? The
That-
aquarium.
Yeah, they all were, you know, warehouses back in the day.
Yes. And this one?
That goes to First Street. So now it's too steep for cars.
Oh yes, of course.
And just a street made out of steps. LA is it's so big and the traffic is madness, and it's not a pretty town.
I see. How about New York?
LA.
How about New York?
New York is crazy, but you know, I think New York it's completely its own thing. Not, you cannot compare it with anything.
I see.
Brooklyn is a little bit like Berlin.
This is people like you said before.
Yeah, they're
yeah.
coming from the ferry.
Asik banget.
Kenapa itu?
Ini ada orang dari ferry ini.
Oh, dari ferry.
Going to the subway?
Yeah. I call it a subway, but it's not really a subway, but it's underground here in the city.
Kamu pergi kemana? Oh, keluar aja dari ferry.
Iya, keluar dari ferry, oh.
Oh, itu
Asik
turun
banget.
di sana, ya.
Oh, turun di sana. Iya, iya.
Nanti nyampe jalan.
Mm-mm.
Soalnya tuh miring kayak gitu kan.
Iya.
Oh, ini lagi nih.
Yang nyambung sama yang tadi.
Oh, nyambung ya.
Yang tadi turun dari ferry dari pelabuhan itu tuh.
Oh, iya.
Tuh yang itu.
Bagus ya.
Iya, bagus banget.
Jadi nggak usah turun ke bawah.
Besok
Atas aja.
besok sudah jalan-jalan lagi kalau ada rezeki. Nggak janji. Kalau turun
So that is Smith Tower.
Miss Tower?
Smith Tower that was built in 1918, and at that time it was the highest building west of the Mississippi. They had another thing called Paternoster. You know what a Paternoster
No,
is?
so-
It's a revolving cabins. It's open. You have to step in, and it's constantly moving, and it takes you up.
Oh, it's like elevator? It's kind of like elevator?
It's like an elevator, but it's more dangerous.
I
It's
think
called
it's very-
Paternoster. Sometimes you see it in the old black and white movies.
Yes.
That's a tram, but that's not what takes you to the airport. That's just inner city, and their network is very limited.
I see. No, they don't call it a tram here in the US, right?
No, they don't call it. tram.
They call it streetcar or something.
Streetcar. Smith Tower is there again, and behind that it's a Columbia building, the highest building around.
Ada Japanese Town segala.
Ada di sini? Oh, tadi kelewat?
Itu tulisannya Saigon apa? Chinatown terus
Japanese.
itunya.
Sign-nya,
Ini apa namanya tadi?
tempelannya.
Tramnya itu.
Oh, tramnya, iya, iya, iya.
That is Union Station, a train station here.
Is it still operational?
That is operational. Yeah.
Oh, to Portland, you said before.
Yeah, they go all over.
Oh, itu mobil itu. Mobil keliling.
Yang atasnya bolong ya?
Heeh. Ini ada tulisan Jepangnya bawahnya Pak. Oh, ini Japanese Town tuh ini ya.
This one is Japanese town?
That in there,
Oh,
it's getting there. You see the street signs
Yes.
with the white Americans and the Chinese.
yes.
Ya, ini China.
And here in this area, there were a lot of shootings and killings and
Oh.
acts of racism.
Hmm.
Ini kok gede banget.
This is Chinatown?
Iya, ada
Chinatown?
tulisannya.
Already there?
Yeah.
Already here? Oh,
So
Yes.
we go through the main gate now.
okay. Iya, di sini orangnya kelihatan kayak gitu semuanya. Itu yang bus yang bolong tadiin di atasnya.
Mm-mm.
Oh, malah mau ke belakangnya. Ini banyak orang
I
ngantri.
don't know what they sell there and
Yes.
what's the wonder is with these
Rice hot dog.
hot dogs,
Mantap.
Iya.
but people are obviously crazy about it.
I
There's
see.
always
Q?
a big queue there. temple over there,
I see.
and it's still there.
Yes. So how many years Bruce Lee lived here before he passed away?
I can't tell.
Oh, Bruce Lee dulu tinggal di sini.
Iya katanya. Oh, not in
He-
LA, in Hollywood.
No. He lived here, and he had.
Punya perguruan katanya, In, silat. Ini tamannya bagus nih. Asyik juga ya.
Gede banget.
Iya.
Ini sering itu kan. Ini yang dibacok-bacok dari sini. Yang
Dulu.
banyak gara-gara apa? Covid itu loh.
Oh
Kayak
iya.
orang
Heeh.
daerah sini kan.
Iya kayak mungkin.
That's a restaurant, but the actual dojo was here on the left.
Oh, this one.
You see Seattle
yeah.
Kung Fu Club?
Oke, yes. Harusnya difoto ya. Udah. Oke. Yes. Oke.
That was Bruce Lee own
Dojo.
dojo. So of course it's not only Chinese living. We don't call it Chinatown anymore. We call it the International District
I see.
because you get the Vietnamese over there,
Yeah.
then you get the Koreans,
Oh.
the Japanese.
Yeah.
Asian.
The area is very big.
It's very big.
Very big for Seattle. Which side Seattle is this? West or north or?
That actually is South Seattle.
I see.
But it's relative. It's south of downtown, but the airport is south, so
Oh.
it's in walking distance.
Ya, ini tulisan Korea, tulisan China.
Yeah, and there you see Smith Tower, and then the black
Yes.
building. That's the Columbia Tower.
Oh yes.
That is like 911 feet, so about 300 meters high.
Wajimaya Village Center. Berarti kalau udah nggak ada tulisan Cinanya, sudah bukan China. Selama jalan masih ada bawahnya masih ada huruf Cinanya, Chinatown.
Yeah. What is
So-
this parking spot for?
That is for the stadium.
What is-
soccer?
Oh, at the same
Yeah.
field.
So
yeah.
I don't know. Do you call soccer football?
Yes, I like in European.
Yeah. So in Seattle, the team is the Sounders. They're not very good. They at the end of the league. But the Seahawks is an American football team.
Yes.
They are very good.
So you have two stadium here?
We
Or-
have two stadiums. Yeah,
Oh, I
that's the
see.
T-Mobile Park, and I'm gonna drive to the other side, so we're gonna see it. The game, it's 30 seconds, and then it's time out, and then it's a lot of talking, and you don't know what's going on.
Do they operational the amphibian jeep? This is not an amphibian jeep. This is not
No.
amphibian.
The cars?
Yes.
No, that's the trains.
Oh, this is a train. Oh,
Yeah.
I think it's look like amphibian. Oson Transit. Oh, ini anu stasiun kereta.
So here's the Amtrak
Amtrak ya.
Iya.
on the left. So that's
Oh,
the
yeah.
train you want to take to Chicago.
American itu.
Trail apa sih? Kayaknya sih.
That is a nice exhibition in there called the Van Gogh.
Oh, ini ada Van Gogh lagi di sini kan?
Oh,
Kalau Yasmin itu seneng.
oh kasih apa?
Ya, Yasmin kan seneng seni-seni.
Leave it for a while. It's definitely worth going.
Yes, I think so.
And the other one, it's like a dino with a dinosaurus.
Oh, yes, yes. Ada pertunjukan dinosaurus lucu kok.
Anak kecil semua makanya.
Iya. Oh, so many happening here, yeah. Not enough for 6-hour tour.
Oh no, no. And there's
Tapi parking.
there's so much more. But you can say you've seen all the key points.
Yes, we could say that.
Yeah. And most people never gonna see Rapunzel.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Apa?
There itu yang Rapunzel tadi. That one you invented, right?
Okay, I'm not gonna take a right here. No, if there's a game going on, so you can only turn to the right,
Oh, I see.
and then you have these guys there,
Yes.
and then they block the road because there's traffic coming from the other side, and they all want to go in parking. It's not bad now, but it's gonna be bad very soon. I like this area.